So we're going to start today. Let's start in child's pose, and Penny, you can start in Asana, so laying on your back, hugging your knees to your chest, and the rest of us start in child's pose, taking your knees wide and bring your forehead down to the mat, getting yourself nice and comfortable. Thank you all for being here, for joining me today. So coming into child's pose, walking your hands forward, bringing your forehead down towards the mat, or hugging your knees towards your chest. Coming into your beautiful yoga space, slowing things down. You've done the hardest thing already to get here today, so now the next 45 minutes or so is for you, for your self-care, to raise your vibration so that you have a beautiful vibration for all of those around you. In our practice today, our theme will be compassion. And compassion fits nicely with what's happening. We're in a full moon cycle today. It's full moon tonight. It's 7:55. And the full moon is in Pisces. And it encourages you to trust your instincts and to think before you speak. Virgo and Pisces will be the ones that feel it the most. So go with your gut. And it really is important to be compassionate and understand people, where they're coming from, and listen to your gut and thinking before you speak, and you avoid a lot of conflicts and things. So being compassionate in our practice today, compassionate with yourself and how you feel with your movements, being careful and doing only what's right for your body today. Let's take some deep breaths, relaxing your body into the moment, connecting with the energy underneath your hands and your shins, your feet, your back, your shoulders and your head. Taking a big deep breath in and a big breath out. And 2 more breaths like that. And then coming into a comfortable seated position, you might like to sit on a block or on a towel or a blanket, lifting your spine up so it's nice and tall. Imagine you've got a string above your head, pulling your head up towards the clouds, having your eyes softened, hands on your knees, coming back to your breath. Let's put our left hand on our heart and our right hand on our belly, and tune in to the rise and fall of your chest and your belly as you breathe. Coming back to the theme of our practice, being compassionate with ourselves and with others, and tuning into the beautiful spring energy and the energy of the full moon today. And let's bring our hands beside us. As we inhale, raise them up above your head. And as you exhale, bring them back down. Tuning into your body, noticing how you're feeling, noticing if there's any little niggles anywhere, And notice your mind, any thoughts that come in, let them come in, acknowledge them, and let them go. And then bring your hands back to heart center. Taking a couple of breaths here. As you breathe in, breathing in love. And as you breathe out, breathe all that doesn't serve you. And raising your hands back up. And let's go from side to side, stretching the sides of our body. Inhale as we come up to center and exhale to the other side. A couple more rounds. It's flowing with your breath. Inhale as you come up and exhale as you stretch to the side. Bring our hands back to center. Taking our left hand to our right knee and our right hand behind us. Looking over the right shoulder. Twisting the body. Taking some nice deep breaths here. One more breath. And then inhale to center and exhale to the other side. Looking over the left shoulder this time. And taking some deep breaths. One more breath. And back to center. Let's take our feet out in front of us and come down off your block if you're on a block. So we inhale, reach up, and exhale, fold our body forward. Bring our hands down towards our shins, ankles, or toes. Gazing your eyes towards your big toes. And breathing. Noticing the stretch down the back of the legs, upper back and shoulders. Let's take a few more breaths here. Flexing your feet, bringing your toes back towards your face. Let's inhale, lift up. And exhale, fold forward. And let's go a few more rounds. Inhale, coming up. We're raising the heart. And exhale, folding forward. And 2 more rounds. And then coming up to a tabletop position. If you have a blanket or a towel, you might like to place it under your knees, just to give you a bit more padding there. And we'll do a couple of cat cows, opening up our spine. And then tuck your toes under and lift your hips up into downward dog. And walking your heels down towards the mat, stretching the back of your legs. Let your head fall heavy. And let your shoulders fall heavy. Tuning in to the stretch. Coming back home to who you are. And then pushing both heels down towards the mat, really stretching out the back of the body, taking your feet wide and walking your hands up underneath you. And let your crown of your head point down towards the floor. And just feeling the stretch down the back of the legs in your first wide-legged forward bend, a nice inversion. Opening up the toes and opening up the fingers, tuning into the energy that's coming up from the earth. As you inhale, imagine you're breathing in all the energy up from the earth through your hands and through your feet. And then exhale, let go of all that you don't need. Let your body fall heavy, bending your elbows, and just really just relaxing into this inversion. Coming back to the theme of our practice, being compassionate to yourself and to others. Opening up in the lower back, stretching the spine, and then a slight bend in your knees. And as you inhale, just coming up slowly. Heel toe our feet back together. Give them a little shake. For our practice today, we're going to have a chair. So you might have a chair close by. We're going to be using it in a little while, not straight away. Make sure your chair is one that's nice and stable and doesn't move. Let's start off with some warrior ones. So we start with our left foot slightly out at the back of our mat and step forward with the right foot. As we inhale, raise our gaze, raise our arms and lift our heart, reaching up towards the ceiling or the sky, lengthening through the arms and feel a nice stretch through the left hip. The right knee is bent over the right ankle. Taking some deep breaths here. And then take the right hand forward, left hand back into warrior two. Stretching the arms out, opening the chest. Nice and strong on the right leg. And then inhale, lift the right hand and take the left hand to the back of the left leg into reverse warrior. Reaching up towards the sky and stretching out the right side of the body. And then taking both hands forward down to the mat. You may have a block here. Bringing your right hand down to the block. And inhale, lift up the left hand into triangle pose. That's it. So lengthening out the right leg, gazing up towards the left hand. Taking some breaths here and feeling the stretch down the back of the right leg. Exhale, bring the left hand down to the mat. Bring both hands behind you, clasping your fingers, lifting the chest and lifting the hands into humble warrior. Opening through the chest. One more breath and then inhale. Come back up to standing and bring both legs to the back of the mat. Give it a nice shake. Welcome, Julianne. Let's take it to the other side. So right foot turned out at the back of the mat. Step forward with the left foot. Just check your alignment. Your left heel should be roughly in line with the right arch. Inhale, lift your arms, raise your gaze, bending the left leg. Hips and shoulders facing forward. Reaching up towards the sky and feeling the stretch through the right hip. Lengthening through the hands. Taking some deep breaths. Stretching the body. We take the left hand forward, right hand back. Keep the left knee bent. Squeezing the shoulder blades and lengthening through the hands into warrior two. Opening the chest. And then inhale, lift the left hand. and take the right hand down the back of the right leg, stretching the left side of the body, reaching up as high as you can. Just breathing, deep breathing here. And then exhale, bring both hands down towards the mat. Bring the left hand down next to the left foot. If you have a block there, you can place your hand on the block. And then inhale, lift your right hand up and gaze up to the right hand into triangle pose. Connecting with the stretch down the back of the left leg. So the left leg's lengthened out now. Opening through the chest as you gaze up towards your right hand. Taking some deep breaths. Then bring the right hand down to the mat and take both hands behind your back, clasping them. Inhale, lift up the chest into humble warrior, stretching through the shoulders. Nice work. And then releasing your hands and come back up to standing. And give that a nice shake. Okay. If you have your chair nearby, pop it on the right side of you. Have your right hand on the chair. So make sure it's nice and stable. It's not going to slip. Having your right foot on the ground, we're going to step back with the left leg. Bending the right leg and inhale, lift up. Stretching up towards the sky, feeling that stretch through the right hip. And then lifting the left knee up into stork pose. And then back down. That's it. And so lifting it up. That's it. And if you can balance, you can bring the other hand up, or you can leave your hand on the chair. And then bring it back down again, back down into warrior one. And then back up into stork. That's it. That's it. Nice, Elsa. And then step back into warrior one. And back up into stork. And down. And coming into stork and reaching down and reaching your hand to your foot. So the other hand, the right hand is on the chair. So we're going to go into dancer pose. You can stay with the right hand on the chair. Take your chest forward, kicking your foot back. If you want to challenge your balance, you can take your right hand forward. Taking a couple of breaths here. And then come back up to stork pose. And bring your foot down. Give it a little shake. And then let's take it to the other side. So the chair's on the left side of the mat. The left side of your body. And we're going to inhale. Lift our right hand and right knee up into stork pose. And then exhale down into warrior one. The left hand is on the chair, keeping you nice and steady. And then inhale, come back up to stork. And if you wish, you can take the left hand off the chair. It's up to you. Just do what feels right for you today. And then back to warrior one. Let's go a couple more rounds. So one more round of stork. And this time, bring the right knee up and take your right hand back around the right foot. And we're going to take it into dancer pose. So take your chest forward, kick your right foot back. You can be hanging onto your chair here, or you can take your hand, left hand forward and balance into dancer pose. And then release, let it come down. Good work. Nice work, everyone. Let's turn the chair around so you've got the seat part facing you. That's it. And we'll place our right foot on the chair. Lift up, raise our chest, raise our gaze, and exhale, fold forward and bring your hands down towards the arms of the chair or to the chair, stretching through the back of your right leg through the hamstrings. And then inhale, come back up. And let's take it to the other side. Take the left foot up onto the chair. Inhale, lift up the arms. Raise your gaze, raise your chest, and exhale, fold forward. Taking a few breaths here and connecting with the stretch through the back of the left leg. And then release. We'll do one more thing with the chair. We're going to sit on the chair this time. So we're sitting just on the edge of the chair with a nice tall spine. We're going to pick up our left leg and bring it across the front of our body and take a inhale and then exhale as you take your chest forward, coming into a stretch through the left glute. How's everyone going? All good still? Yeah, beautiful. Okay, and then let's swap legs. So lifting your head up as though you've got a rope lifting up your head towards the sky. So you've got a nice tall spine and you've got your right leg crossed over the front of the left, and then exhale, take your chest forward, connecting with the stretch through the right glute and right ITB. Couple more breaths here. And then release. So bring both feet out in front of you, or just go side on so you can see. So sitting on the edge of the chair, feet out in front, heels on the ground. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, reach forward. That's it. Gazing down towards your big toes. So stretching through the glutes and the hamstrings. And then release. And coming up, giving that a nice shake. And let's just take the chair to the side for the moment. Okay. From here, we're going to take our feet wide. Inhale, lift our arms up. And exhale, folding forward, bringing our hands down to the mat. And then heel toe your feet a little wider. Bringing your palms flat down onto the mat and the crown of your head pointing down towards the earth. And let your shoulders fall heavy and your head fall heavy. Then walking your hands forward and bring your feet hip width apart into a downward dog. That's it. I'll just go sideways so you can see. That's it. And then take a couple more breaths in the downward dog. And then from there, lowering your body into a plank And then slowly lowering down into cobra. Inhale, lift up through the chest. And exhale back down. Tucking your toes under. And coming back up to plank. And exhale, slowly lowering your body down. Untuck your toes, inhale, lift up. Stretching through the front of the body into an upward dog. And one more. Tucking your toes under, pressing the body up into plank. And then slowly lowering it down. And then inhale, lift up. From here, going into tabletop position. Taking your right foot forward onto the right side of your right hand. And you can stay here, this is lizard pose, or you can take the left knee up off the mat and lift the right hand up into a twisted lizard. Opening up through the hips, the glutes. Take a couple more breaths. And then bring the right hand back down, lower the left knee down to the mat. Take the right foot back, coming into plank, and then slowly lowering the body down to the mat. Untuck your toes, inhale, lift up into upward dog, and then tuck your toes under, come up into plank, slowly lowering the body back down. Inhale, lift up into upward dog again. That's it, and tuck your toes under, coming up into plank, and slowly lowering the body down to the mat. Inhale to upward dog, and then come back to tabletop. This time taking the left foot forward, placing it next to the left hand. And you can stay here, or you can lift up the right knee and the left hand into twisted lizard. Taking a couple of breaths here. Then bring the left hand and the right knee back to the mat. And coming onto your back, hugging your knees up to your chest into Asana. Rolling the body in a circle. Loosening off the lumbar spine. Then placing our feet on the mat with our heels close to our buttocks. And inhale, lift up through the hips. Squeeze the buttocks, push through the heels, and bring the arms over the top. And pause here. And then exhale, slowly lower it down. And slide the heels a little closer to the buttocks. Let's do a few more rounds here with your own breath, your own timing. Inhale as you lift up, pressing through the heels, squeezing the glutes. And exhale, slowly down. So a few more rounds. Connecting through the stretch through the hamstrings, the hips, and opening up the shoulders. Last 2 rounds. And coming back to Savasana. This time lifting up the left foot and bringing it across the front of the right leg into reverse pigeon, reaching forward and drawing that left shin towards the chest, bringing your upper back and head down to the mat. You might like to draw that left shin towards your chest or reach through your leg and draw on the right shin or the right thigh. Relaxing the upper back and head back down to the mat. And breathing in and out. Coming back to our theme of compassion. Being compassionate to yourself and others, and drawing in the full moon energy. On each exhalation, surrender a little more into the pose, releasing any tension you might have through the glutes and then to the lower back. 2 more breaths here. And then release your hands, bring the right foot down to the mat. Keep the leg crossed. Take the left hand straight out from the shoulders and the right hand onto the left knee, and drawing the left knee to the right side, coming into a twist and gazing towards the left side. Noticing this twist through the left side of the body and a nice stretch through the left glutes and left ITB. So relaxing into the pose, coming back to your breath. Let's take 3 more breaths here. And the next inhalation, bring your knees back to center. Uncross your legs and bring the left foot down to the mat and bring the right foot across the front of the left into reverse pigeon on the right side. Reaching up towards the shin, lifting the left foot off the ground, and either draw the right shin towards your chest or reach through to the left thigh or the left shin. Bring your upper back and your head down to the mat, relaxing into the pose. And on each exhalation, allow your body to surrender into it a little more, stretching through the right glutes and the right ITB. Softening your eyes and just relaxing into this pose. Coming back to being compassionate to yourself. Let's take 3 more breaths. And then release your hands. Bring the left foot down to the mat. Take the right hand straight out from the shoulder, left hand on your right knee, and draw the right knee to the left side of the body. Gazing towards the right, coming into a twist. And allowing your body to surrender into the twist. Taking some nice deep breaths. Keeping your shoulders on the mat so you get a nice stretch through the front of the chest. Twisting through the lower spine. Tuning back into the inhale and exhale. The rise and fall of your chest and your tummy. 3 more breaths. And then inhale, come back to center. Uncross your legs and hug both knees into your chest. Rolling in a little circle, going in one direction a couple of times, and then go the other direction. And place your feet back on the mat, on the outside edges of the mats. Take your hands straight out from your shoulders. So we're going to go to windscreen wipers, taking both knees to the right, or to look to the left, feeling the stretch through the hips. And then both to the left, looking to the right. Go a couple more rounds. And then bring your knees back to center. Reaching through the knees towards the outside edges of your feet into happy baby. Lift the soles of the feet up towards the sky or the ceiling. Hands just on the inside edges of your knees and flattening out your back. So get a nice stretch through the lower back after all of that twisting that we've done. You might like to rock from side to side or in a circle, or just stretch the body here. Okay. Then bringing your feet back down to the mat with your knees bent. From here, we're going to go into our legs up position. So you might like to go into shoulder stand, or you might like to have a bolster or a block underneath your lower back into a supported legs up, or have your legs up next to a wall or a door or furniture. So let's inhale and lift up. If you're coming into shoulder stand, holding your hips with your hands and bring your elbows a little closer together. Circling our ankles, having our legs nice and light. Give them a little shake. Coming back to the breathing. And taking our feet wide. And then bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide into butterfly. And then lifting the feet back up towards the sky. If you're in a shoulder stand, bringing your feet over your head into plow pose. If you're in plow pose, bring your hands down to the mat. Noticing the stretch through the lower back and the back of the legs. Taking a couple more breaths here. And then as you inhale, slowly bring your body back down to the mat, coming into Savasana. Now, if you still have your chair handy, you might like to place your feet up on the chair and relax into Savasana with your feet up on the chair like this. So your legs are elevated, or you can just go into a normal Savasana, whatever works for you today. Getting yourself really comfortable. So we're going to just relax into Savasana. Enjoy all of the beautiful energy that you've cultivated with your yoga practice today. Connecting with the earth underneath your body. All of the beautiful yoga asana has created lots of energy and lots of warmth in your body. And now allowing all of that energy to now become still and enjoy that gorgeous relaxation. Thinking about the full moon energy tonight and how you might be able to cultivate some of that full moon into compassion and understanding, helping you to understand where other people are coming from, listening to your gut instincts, and taking your time before you speak, avoiding conflict. allowing the full moon to guide you. Starting to connect with the room you're in, the sounds inside the room, and the sounds outside the room. Recalling the position of the windows and the ceiling, not opening your eyes just yet, connecting with the energy coming up through the earth. Coming back to our theme of compassion, finding compassion and gratitude for your own journey, for all struggles and for all your strengths. Starting to move your fingers and toes and lengthening out through your hands and slowly rolling to one side, taking a few deep breaths. Let's bring our hands to heart center and call in compassion for all beings everywhere, wishing them health, happiness, and ease on their journeys. And let's bring our hands to our forehead for kind thoughts, to our lips for kind words, and to our heart for kind heart. Namaste. Thank you for your beautiful yoga practice today. How's everybody feeling?
Very good, thank you.
Good.
I like the music.